It's Greg Lothian here, athletic therapist, strength coach for a number of years. I think I'm going on my 30th year in the health industry. And the whole idea of PHP Live is I think there's an onus on people that have been in the business for as long as I have, to help those of you who are trying to build businesses as physical health practitioners, whether you're, in physiotherapy, kinesiology, athletic therapy like myself, strength coach, kinesiologist, personal trainer. If you're trying to help people with their physical health, not only can I tell you it's a noble cause, it's very worth doing. It can be difficult at times. You certainly have to be a self-starter, I'll say. It's at the beginning, there's a decent amount of struggle involved. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. So the whole idea of PHP Live is to help those of you that have entered into this build better careers, help more people, and really love what you do. So that you can continue to help as many people as possible, because I really believe I know because I've been doing it for a long time. There are a lot of people out there that need our help, but they need a quality version of our help is what they need. Trying to get a guest in here. Let me just do that. And so here I am. And today I'm talking about an alternative way to run your business. Most of the people in the health field are working on a pay-by-appointment model. Now, I come out of the university setting. So when I did my internships, they were all in the university setting. When I started my career in the university varsity setting. I did a small stint when I owned my first clinic. And when I exited the varsity system to move into private practice long-term, I wanted to make sure find a way to be able to provide the level of service that varsity athletes could get in the private sector. And I have to tell you, it wasn't easy. It took me a number of years to figure this out. But for the last, I think 10 years, maybe a little bit more even, I have been successfully working in the private sector as an athletic therapist and strength coach on a coaching fee model. So I don't charge by appointment. I don't count appointments necessarily, at least from an accounting point of view. I do what I can for my clients and athletes when I can. And that's what I truly believe is important. So there's a couple of things, and we're only going to be live for a few minutes today, but there's a couple of things that I want to bring to your attention when it comes to working in a pay-by-appointment model. One of them is the fact that when you do work in a pay-by-appointment model, your clients are very cognizant of the fact that they are opening their wallets every single time they see you. And this has a negative effect on what their expectations of you are, what their expectations of progress are. And it really is fundamentally the wrong way to approach long-term systemic change in people. If you're helping people overcome chronic injury, if you're helping people change their lives, get more healthy, lose weight, whatever it is you're trying to do, you're trying to help them with their physical health. These things take time and they're worth doing. And if we only work with clients for very short periods of time, then we fail to instill real long-term habits with them. Please tell me if I'm not loud enough. I'm going to move my mic a little closer so make sure you guys can hear me properly. And besides that orientation from the client's point of view, the other thing that's really important is the results that you truly want to get with clients and the results you want to be able to show and the level of professionalism you want to show. And when you don't have the opportunity to work with clients in the length of term that you really need to work with them, it gets really difficult to get the results that you expect and want and know that you can get. So this is why I switched from a pay by appointment model and moved to a coaching fee model. So the way my program runs, and there are various ways of doing this. And, some of you are going to say, well, I work in a clinic or I work at a facility and they dictate the terms. I've worked with and coached other professionals, mentored other professionals in this space. And there are ways to work with a subscription-based model in wherever it is that you're working, because all you got to do is present it properly to whoever's running the facility that you're working at. And once you do that and you can show that it's as profitable, if not more profitable, then they'll be more than willing to adapt to this working style. So the way my program works, I run a 12-month program, and I wouldn't suggest running anything less than 9 months. If you think about it, you're helping somebody with back rehab or life change or whatever, 9 months is really the minimum amount of time you want to if you're going to help people long term. So my program is 12 months long. And the idea is it's based loosely on meeting with people every second week. So it's got to be based loosely on some sort of timeline, some sort of value proposition. But again, I don't track it. But I know for the bulk of the program time that meeting with, and I've tested a whole bunch of different models, meeting with them every week, meeting with them every second week, every third week, every fourth week. The absolute best for the first time you work with somebody for a long period of time is averaging out at about every 2 weeks. Now, we all know that at the beginning, especially if you do manual therapy and you have some sort of interventions to do there, it's going to be more intense. There's going to be a week or two maybe that you have to see them once or twice a week. Typically, I see people once a week for the first, month or 6 weeks or 2 weeks sometimes, depending on who the person is. But again, I state right from the beginning with them that we'll just do what we have to do when we have to do it. So the way I help people the best is I do right at the beginning, I do like what I call a segmented biomechanical assessment. So essentially what you look at are different systems. So I want to build an athletic platform as early and quickly as possible, which means I have to get them out of pain. Typically the people, when they start with me, they start with some sort of dysfunction or pain. Once I get them past that, then we start getting into more and more training, and they become more and more independent. So they're doing their training programs on their own. I'm teaching them the programs and doing interventions when they come and see me every second week from then on. And the premise of the program is that not only can we address all of the issues they're facing now, but throughout the year, we will help them overcome the challenges that they will inevitably face, that they're not facing now, timeline challenges, work challenges, emotional challenges, stuff like this. They're not facing them now because they found the time to start working with you right now. But every client I've worked with, at some point, usually multiple points throughout the year, there'll be, a period of time where work is so crazy they can't do anything. Well, they can do something. And with professional advice from us, they can figure out exactly what it is that they should be doing. Should they be working on recovery because they're working so hard? It's long hours, lots of travel. What kind of exercise program should they be adopting when they do travel? What they're going to have questions throughout the process. What do I do when this happens? And they need you to be accessible and to be, like all my clients have my cell phone. And it doesn't mean I'll answer at any time of the day, but if they text me or message me, sometimes I'll tell them, hey, I've taught you this, you got to figure it out. And sometimes it's, let's do this now. And we'll talk about it now and we'll get on a video call and fix it, something like that. And by the time they get to the end of the program, I've built them a binder. And yes, it's a physical binder because it works much better than any digital platform I've tried. And because the idea of the binder is now that they have this physical Bible of their own health. So we've given them exercise programs that relate to corrective exercises for their biomechanics, stuff like that. There are going to be some exercise programs they never have to repeat again. We can just toss those in the recycling bin. Then there are regular exercise programs that we've done throughout the year. And then there's other information about cardiovascular training, nutrition, mindset, all of these things, planning, schedules, all of these things that we can work on throughout the year. And the idea of the program is by the time they get to the end of the year, they have this Bible of their own health that they can go back to the beginning. And near the end of the program, I help make sure that this is all in order, that they can really make sure that they understand everything that we went through and answer any questions for things they forgot. And from there, they have this book that now every year they can go back to the beginning and repeat the process. And they're starting from a better position than they did when they started with me last year. And they repeat this and go through this and go through this, and they can go through that year after year. And once they've been through my program once, then, we can do one-off appointments or short-term appointments, stuff like that, because they know how I work. I've made them coachable. I've taught them about their bodies. I've taught them more than they need to know to be able to go into a different kind of training. If they wanted to join a CrossFit class, they wanted to join some other training group or whatever, they understand what their limitations are. They understand how their bodies are supposed to work. And a lot of times I want to make sure that they understand maybe more than even the coach understands about what they should be doing for training. So that they can make intelligent decisions and they don't get injured just because of some stupid exercise that somebody told them to do. So that's the base of the program. And so, and I'm going to leave you with this because unfortunately I have to run, but I'm going to leave you with this. The average practitioner, whether you're working in a clinic or a facility or whatever, are seeing 60, and these are practitioners that are making more than six figures. They're seeing 60 to 120 unique clients a month. And that can be difficult at best to keep track of, even with properly filled out files. When you work in a model that I work, not only do I have a better schedule, better pay, better relationship with my clients, but I see at maximum 40 unique clients a year. And when it's at 40 clients that my roster is 40 clients, and I'm in general meeting with them every second week, that's 20 hours of work a week. And there's background work to do with that and all that sort of stuff, and making sure that I keep up with them and doing everything that I have to fulfill my promise to them. And I can tell you unequivocally that my clients truly appreciate the effort that I put in for them. Not only that, But there are always days where you feel like, oh, you're at the end of the day, or it's, you're thinking about tomorrow's work. And in the past, I used to be subject to this too. You're like, I got this one person I don't want to see. I have clients that I don't like, and I got to work with them tomorrow or whatever. What happened to me, sort of within a year or two of working in this style that I'm working now, is anytime that I felt like that, and I pull out my calendar and I would look at my calendar and be like, okay, who do I have to work with tomorrow? And it would always lift my spirits because there's an onboarding process, and I can talk a lot more about how I onboard clients and how I find clients and all that sort of stuff. But I don't have any clients I don't like working with. I don't have any clients that aren't driven, and it always lifts my spirits to look at my calendar for the next day, and makes me excited to be able to work with these people and truly help them on their journey to become as healthy as they need and want to be. So there's that. It's a very rewarding way to work. If you have questions about this and you want to send me a message, DM me, whatever platform you're seeing this on. Probably the best way to get a hold of me is on LinkedIn. But you can attempt any of them. That's fine. I'm here to help. If you're a physical health practitioner, especially if you're, sort of that between that 5 and 10 years of practice, and you're, understanding how much of a struggle this can be. I feel you. I've been there. It's not easy, but I can tell you after 30 years, it's absolutely worth it. So I hope this helps, and I look forward to hearing from you. And we will be running, or I'll be running, these PHP Live sessions. We're going to try and do them every week or every second week. And, whatever subject we're talking about, certainly I'll be on for more than 15 minutes usually. But I get a chance to chat with you guys live online, answer some of your questions, and see if we can help. Okay. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.